Hey, I'm Andrew with Fresh Sense. We help retailers grow to 7 figures and beyond with their sachet sales. Today we're going to answer the question, are sachets dying? Might seem like a funny question to ask, but I meet with dozens and dozens of retail buyers every year. And if we're just being completely honest with each other, if I handed you this marker and asked you to draw a trend line on this graph where the y-axis is total number of doors that sachets are sold in, and from the years 2000 to today, 2025, what would that line look like? My guess is it would look something like this. That's just what I've seen. And I've talked to a lot of retailers and a lot of category managers, a lot of DMMs, a lot of buyers. This is a pretty common opinion. Here's the interesting thing. With our brand, Fresh Sense, our line has looked like this. And this isn't what we would draw, this is what's actually happened. Two pretty different looking lines. There's a couple factors for this, so let's break it down. So this point right around here was, call it 2018 to 2021, in that time frame. Now, some of you familiar with our brand might go, hey, I know this graph. This is just a graph about Dollar General, because after all, they do have 17,000, 18,000, 19,000 stores and counting. Right, so that explains the upward trajectory. Well, not exactly. So, trend line, if we're looking at 2018 as when this trend line really started to change, here's what's interesting. Prior to 2018, we had one retailer at 1,000 plus stores. If you're new to retail, that's not very many retailers over 1,000 stores. But on the other side, if you look at today, there's actually 7 retailers that are currently selling Fresh Sense that are north of 1,000 stores. To me, this is a really helpful data point in answering the question, are sachets dying? Clearly, they're not. The truth is, over the last decade, specialty retail and brick and mortar retail in general have undergone a massive transformation. And yes, there have been a lot of changes, and sachets are not an exception to that. But the change is actually the inverse of what most buyers and what most retailers perceive about sachets. At least that's what's been true for our brand. So are sachets dying? Not Fresh Sense sachets, they're growing.